this is my final presentation. This is my final presentation. Okay, so why did I decide to do this idea? Well, overall, I thought it was quite different compared to a bunch of my peers' ideas and like anything I've really heard before. Like, there's been science fiction, there's been like superhero movies, you know, stuff like that. But I wanted to mix a niche kind of idea, which is like discovering your ability, and also I wanted to mix it with drama, which I don't think has been done much at all. If I can't think of any ideas. But yeah, I think that's like the main reason I wanted to do this idea, and I thought it was an opportunity to like try out new things, you know, get better at my editing skills, which is something I want to delve into more. And I thought, yeah, it worked in the end. Opportunity taken. What were your influences for this project? Well, I couldn't really think of many, I will be honest. Like, I went into this trying to be completely original. I didn't want to, you know, try to take ideas out, but obviously it's kind of impossible. The two things I can think of is Chronicle, the film, which is about these three men, or teenagers, who suddenly acquire this special ability, and they learn and get better, and then there's a lot of drama, and they like die and stuff. It's kind of a bloodshed, but that was one of the influences for my short film. I thought it was like a darker take on the whole superhero genre, which was really interesting. And then again, there's the drama side of it, which music. This is the only thing I could really think, like, because it's like a dark, depressing topic that is in my short film. I was thinking, where did I really get the inspiration for that? It's like, I'm quite a big fan of 21 Pilots, and they are quite depressing. They have some deep, dark meanings in their songs, and I would say I'm a very big fan. So I think it would have rubbed off on me, and I feel like I have knowledge of the different issues, and I feel like maybe I wanted to speak out about it, and that's where the short film was led to. How did your research help inform your project? It was very helpful, actually, more helpful than I thought it would be. I went into it thinking there wasn't much for me to learn. I thought, like sci-fi, I'm pretty fond with that. I've experienced it my whole life. And drama is kind of like, it's not one of those ones that you're like, oh, there's a lot of conventions that are completely unique. It's kind of basic in a sense compared to other ones like science fiction, but there was a lot to learn. And it helped me during production to like get good shots and make sure that it was like people could acknowledge that it was drama or sci-fi related. That was only secondary research though, that helped me delve into specific things and things that have already existed, so I could like, you know, base my own work upon that. So I kind of know it was all good, greenlit and stuff. Primary research helped me at the very start completely. I thought of the idea, took me a while, I will admit, and I got a focus group and a bunch of questionnaires, and I just asked close questions that are very specific to my idea, and it helped me develop it and turn it into something that people liked, which initially it wasn't exactly well received. I mean, it wasn't not well received, but anyway. How did your planning and pre-production documents help? Actually, they helped a lot more than I've ever experienced in any other project. In this project, I actually made it important that I focused a lot on the documents. Like, I've never really paid close attention to scripts and stuff. Like, it's kind of mostly been like just out of the ordinary. Like, I'm filming and I'm just like telling them what to say on the spot. This time I made sure, because it needed to be organised, it was all, you know, limited time and stuff like that. I thought I need to follow rules, I need to follow, and so the documents, yeah, 100%. I don't think I would have made it this far if it wasn't for them. Especially with Edinburgh, which was like, I had like 3 days up there, and most of my filming is in Edinburgh. So yeah, had to follow the script, had to follow the shot list. If not, I wouldn't have done it, and my whole project would have been a shamble. What were the issues you faced? Now, this is an emotional part for me. Weather, oh, it was disgusting. I went up there, and the first day, I kind of just, we didn't film. We were trying to get used to the surroundings, look at areas for me to film at and stuff. So we're like, okay, tomorrow, And we looked at the forecast, it was great, you know, it said like maybe some drizzle at like 7 p.m, but we wouldn't be filming that time. We woke up at 10, started filming, and a blizzard came out of nowhere and completely just ruined everything. I was freezing and the equipment got a little bit soggy. So we took it upon ourselves to get a bunch of, I had to buy some umbrellas and materials to cover the equipment, and I had to continue filming in the chaos. Yeah, so never again. That was disastrous. But that's honestly probably one of the only issues that I face, other than time, obviously. I spoke about that briefly just now, was that I wanted to use documents well, because time was of the essence. I only had 3 days up there, and it was, if I wanted to do this again, I would definitely book more time up there, make sure, like, because in case a blizzard comes out of nowhere and the next day is bloody 30 degrees, what the heck? What happened there? Yeah, okay. Time. Okay, so these are what I have so far. Oh, it was already unmuted. There you go. Okay. I'm actually going to maximize it for you real quick. Okay, there you go. Alright. Alright. Enjoy. So that's honestly, that's what I think is the going to be the intro. I wanted to cut it short. I've not exactly edited the whole thing. That's most of what I have edited to a good amount. I'm going to show you 2 clips here that are shorter than that, and they are specific clips that I skipped ahead and wanted to focus on because they are heavily edited and they are difficult, and I wanted to get those out of the way. So I will show you these quickly too. They're about 8 seconds or something.
You're a fucking freak, mate. You're so stupid, you know, right? Your life is just terrible. You're a freak. No.
You're actually joking. I wish you'd just go drop and die.
How do you live with yourself?
Now that was a draft, I made that recently. It was a idea I came up. Basically, that means it's like a dream, and I was reliving the incident at the start where I pushed Daniel onto the ground, and it's really hard for me to deal with it. Anyway, that was me recognizing the hatred. And then the last one, I think we've all seen this, is me getting hit by a bus. It was a lot of fun to edit. I won't spoil why that's there, but it's there. Now, let me get rid of these. Cool. As you can see, only a third of the total has been edited, I think would be a rough estimate, because now all the documents have been completed. Okay, and finally. And finally. Are you happy with your work thus far? To the extent and current status of what I have done, I'd say it's at a pretty good quality. It's not exactly dream-worthy. I wouldn't say that's what I would like my show piece to be, not yet. Once it's done, I hope it will be. That's what I thank you for watching.
Right, thank you, Ken. Just a few questions. One, in one of the clips, the first clip that you showed us, the second clip that you showed us, which is where he stands up and he pushes the guy away
Yes.
with his sort of magical wheel sort of thing. That's quite a crucial point, isn't it? Because that's people sort of learning that this guy is a little bit special and he's got powers, that needed to have an audio with it as well. It needed
there was, it's just, for some reason when you're playing it out loud, it doesn't sound, doesn't make sound, but when you've got like headphones on, you can hear everything.
Really?
Yeah, I can show you.
Okay. And
It's
people
strange.
people aren't going to be watching this with their headphones on.
I've added about 5 layers of various sound effects to make a ka-chow noise.
Yeah.
It's like earth rumbling and a whoosh sound and stuff like that. It's effective, but the reason it doesn't register on like speakers is because it's subtle, and details like that is like only headphones can pick up. And I know if I wanted to make it more obvious and prominent, then it would lose its, like magic sense. If I made like a boing, it wouldn't really.
No, not boring. It needs to be something quite
I know, but
serious and wow.
If I like what, like
Theatrical.
thunder,
Yeah, something.
like then I would just.
But if it's something that you're unsure about because of that, then what I would do is I would have 2 separate edits. One edit that's you think is more subtle and it works for your headphones, but I think there needs to be an edit there that is for people who are just watching it
I could
on YouTube and on their
make
main
the
screens.
current sound effects louder. I'm not sure because that might then start.
To me, it's like that happens, and there's nothing of it. It's just it just doesn't it doesn't have that sort of impact.
That was actually. Bless you. Yeah, the reason that I decided to have the kind of intertwining scenes at the start, not only to answer and place a question was like, why is this happening? Oh, that's why. It's also, I've made certain, because of the mixture of genres that I've had, like sci-fi and drama, that I don't want the attention to be with the superpowers. So maybe subtlety could be handful, helpful, handy.
Okay. Right. So you did quite a lot of filming up in Edinburgh. Okay. Was all the paperwork done before you went up?
Sorry?
All the paperwork,
The
scripts.
majority of it, the most necessary parts, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Such as shot list, permission slips, and
You obviously weren't able to do location report forms or risk assessments before you went up.
well, I've been to Edinburgh before, so
So you did do them before you went. Yeah. Okay. Good. And what about your permissions for filming in Edinburgh?
Thankfully, I just stumbled across this when I was researching. There's can't remember the term exactly, but it's code of something, and basically because Edinburgh is an historical, like, very prominent area, they pretty much, as long as it's not on the grounds of like an establishment, if you're on the roads or something, you can place tripods and things like that and film, which is, and I've put the document on
The documents there.
Mm.
Okay, good. I mean, sometimes in cities do have that. Okay, but
Yeah,
you
really
have to check
lucky.
because obviously, yes, that could have been a bit of an issue. Yeah. And you got the normal permissions from your actors, etc. Okay. So, what did you find about your organisational skills in doing a shoot in another area? You brought people up there, or was there people there that you were filming?
Well, firstly, I usually pride myself of being pretty well organised, but this really was challenging for this, and it really like put me to the test. You know, putting all my organisation to the test and stuff. Managed to pull through, I think, pretty okay. And yes, the people who were acting or acting as crew members were already up there. So I had my friends Kate and Ellie, which were acting as crew members, and then there was Beth, who just lives up there.
So you did quite a lot of this via email and texting, etc. Okay. Have you kept that as evidence of your communications?
Good. Yeah.
I would pull that all together, because that is evidence of your organisational skills. A lot of the preparation and the planning, it may not be on actual forms, but it might be on a text message, it might be on an email, it might be on a Facebook account, or some way of actually, group chat. There's all sorts of ways that you can still communicate and develop that organisation and make sure that things are in place. And it sounds as if you've got that, but you just need to put that all together and make sure that's in place for as far as your documentation is concerned. Okay. All right. Well done.
Thank you very much.
All right. Looking forward to the final edits.
I am too.